Okay, welcome back everybody to the Internet Nation channel. Today we're doing a new video series called Tales from the Nation, where we'll talk about stories of our past.
Yeah.
Today's story is gonna be about somebody we know as Newbie. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Just like it's, we'll get this on the road. There's a lot to talk about with Newbie.
Yeah, so this is going back to, I'm surprised we have 3 viewers somehow. This is going back to, geez, I think it was the 9th grade. And basically this new kid transfers to this school. And yeah, I guess he was in your classes, and
Yeah,
so
I'll take it from you since I know it.
Alright.
I just tell you you're done.
Huh.
But, so he transferred, right?
Mhm.
And he was in one of my classes. He was in Vehicles and Power with me. And he was new, and I was just like, we're talking to him, and giving him the run around and fucking with him here and there. And he didn't come off as like a weirdo, right? And the more we get to know him, he'd get worse. But I offered him a spot at the table.
Yeah, so
Where we
well,
sat.
yeah, we had like our friend group sit at the table, and then let me just say my perspective real quick. He's bringing this guy over, and me and our other friend Vince are like, who the hell is this guy? Like, what the hell is that?
Oh, fuck. And I think the funny part is, like, I just felt bad. And he didn't seem weird at that time. And then, you know, come a few weeks pass, and he's still sitting at the table. He's made other friends. He's taking his shoes off in class, and he's got these mismatched socks. And he's just being a weirdo. I don't know.
Well, yeah, he was like really weird. Like, just the first vibes I got from him were like, I don't really know what to think of him. He's a little weird right off the bat.
He didn't seem terrible, but then it ended up just getting worse. And, you know, there's just a lot of shit that was just really weird. It just kept getting weirder.
Well, yeah, so eventually his nickname got to be Newbie because he was new to the school, and yet,
Yeah, that was like right away he got called Newbie.
yeah,
That's just like what I called him. Everyone in the school started calling him that. Which I thought was super fucking funny.
Yeah, I didn't even know his real name up until like a month after knowing him.
Yeah, well, yeah, and people I don't even know, and he like don't even know at all who he is. Call him Newbie because that's what his fucking name was.
Yeah, so he'd sit at the table and he'd watch, like, he'd just kind of sit there and watch videos about, a lot of times it was like Rainbow Six videos.
Rainbow Six compilations, shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like whatever, but like it just got to the point where it was like
Listening to music and whatnot. And we'd try to like include him in conversations, and he just, because he was like, had his earpods in, he just wouldn't, like, really just kind of just be there. He did not know his name for a month, lol. Yeah, I mean, it was literally, that's...
we're serious. He didn't.
I
I fucking forgot his name for a while. It had to have been a few months. I didn't even realize his actual name. And I'm just, you know, it just progressively ended up getting worse.
Well, yeah.
And,
I think it's, well, I just want to say real quick, I didn't have any classes with this guy. I'm sure if I had classes with him, I would have figured out his real name, but yeah, it kept getting worse, and which is another major thing that we neglected to mention, that's a really major thing. So he had a dust mite infection. Okay,
I was gonna get to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like that's important to mention off the bat because
Oh yeah, we'll mention all the stories that we have.
he, yeah, I'll just, since I already, I'll just say, yeah, it gets, well, okay, I'll go back a little bit. It just kept getting worse, and then this,
Well, to the point where he was taking his socks off in class too, and he was just everyone was fucking with him. I really didn't fuck with him in class. I just let him do his own thing. But he got to the point where he kept taking his socks and shoes off in class, in a vehicles and power classroom where we're fucking with engines and all kinds of other stupid stuff. And he's in there taking his socks and shoes off, and it starts to stink. And we're like, put your fucking shoes back on. He's like, I'm just letting them air out. It's like, what? Put your fucking shoes back on, dude.
shoes stink like that. Yeah.
They stunk. And he
Probably
had these
shouldn't be
big
doing
ass
that.
laces like on his shoes. Like they had to have been like fucking 6 inches, like the loops, like the bunny ears were fucking 6 inches long. It's like, what the fuck? Big ass shoelaces. It's like, whatever. It's just, and then it just progressively got even worse.
This guy
And then
sounds
the dust mite
disgusting.
thing.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
fucking is!
yeah.
It's I hate to just be fucking like that, but he was. He said the longest he went without showering was 3 months. He told me that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like, with, like, honest intentions, like, that was
Wait,
alright.
well, let's just say right now, didn't you say his mom's like a hairstylist? It's not like this guy's like
His
uber
mom's a
poor and like
cosmetologist.
it's you can't help it.
No, no.
It's, so yeah, the whole dust mite thing, right? He would show everybody his picture of the dust mite infection in his
Yeah,
back.
he would even show the teachers, and teachers were like, oh, nice. Because he missed a whole day of school because it was that bad.
Yeah, and yeah, he just always. So you have to be really like unclean to get dust mites in your
Yeah,
back.
dust
And
mites
if it
is
was
really
me,
bad.
I wouldn't be going around sharing that. Okay,
Definitely not.
like he, yeah, he just kept sharing how he has dust mites. So then he got another nickname that I think I want to say I coined, but dust mite
Yeah.
was something that I started calling him. That was another name. Yeah, he literally. He had dust mites, and just was. He almost seemed like, in a way, he almost seemed like proud of it in a way.
So, yeah, I missed a day of school over it. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I missed a day of school over dust mites? Come on. And he would always say, he's like, well, I don't even shower, like, all week usually. I only shower, like, on the weekends and Mondays. What?
Well, jeez, if you have a dust mite infection, you probably should be showering more. I
Why are
don't.
we showering, you fuckhead? What are you doing?
So
It's like,
yeah, and he just. It was pretty much the point we did not want him at the table. Pretty much
No.
what we agreed to.
we really, really did not want him there. It got bad. Did you make it the last round? Or?
Yeah, I did.
Alright, I'll watch. But yeah, it was fucking, it was crazy, like how just, he accepted that to be alright.
Yeah.
And he would just get a little bit worse and worse, and we'd always like, fuck with him and be like, Newbie, take your trays, please? Take our trays. We'd ask him, like, come on, dude, please. And he would take our fucking trays, he'd take like all 6 of our trays. We'd laugh because it was fucking funny. It's like,
Yeah, it's funny. Like he would just. I think the funniest one was one where like, newbie, go sit over there, and it's like the girls' table, and he went over and sat over there, and you could just tell it. The girls sitting there were really uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, we told him to go sit at this table, and I remember working on homework, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be over there in a second. We never moved, and then a bunch of girls came and sat down. And he was sitting next to these girls for a while, and they were like, who the hell is this guy? And we're like, maybe you can come back.
I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if this is the same time or what, but I feel like it happened another time, and like, the girls were already sitting there, and then they moved because of him. Oh, I'm not qualifying now.
Well, there was a, oh, your fault. I mean, there was a time where he did it, like, on his own. He sat, like, the popular kid table.
What's the one
And he
there?
sat there, and they were, like, talking to him. Like, you know how, like, the popular kids act, they're just fucking douchebags, and they're just talking to him to fuck with him. That's it. And he's like, dude, these guys are my friends. Like, no.
No,
I was like, get
man.
over here. I even told him when we were like second semester of like lunch. I was like, newbie, come sit over here, please. Just like, because we all feel bad, because he's just getting fucked with way worse than we fucked with him. We're like, dude, what is that? And they're like poking at his arm, because he had like a mole. And it was like, what the fuck?
It's like,
Just getting fucked with.
it's like, that's like, mock, but like, why do you keep sitting over there, newbie? I don't get it. It's really just your own doing. I don't know what else to say, but you know, just a really weird guy. He really liked Rainbow Six, and
really liked Rainbow Six. He really wanted us to play with him so
he
bad.
showed us a video of him like getting like diamond, and it's like, okay, you're on diamond, you're definitely getting carried, but you know, I don't know what his obsession. And he would always like, a lot of times would wear the same sweater like all the time. It had like a little bit of green accent on it, and it was black, and he would wear that like all the time.
All the fucking time. Then he had a Black Ops 3 one too.
Yeah.
Okay. And before I work my way up and to get into the final story, which we both know what it is.
Yeah.
So he would fucking, he had this mask and like finger gloves, where his fingers are exposed, but he covers up the rest of his, like fighting fucking gloves. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he's gonna shoot up fucking school type shit. And one day, like in Eisenhower, we're fucking about to, like, the bell's about to ring, we're gonna go and get on the fucking bus and leave. And he puts on a fucking mask. Like a ski mask. With like the ghost skull, like the fucking Call of Duty ghost skull. And he puts on a fucking, like, he puts the fucking ski mask on, and we're like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? And we're all like, what the fuck, dude? And he was standing outside waiting for the bus with that fucking thing on, and people were looking at him. And he's like, hey, Brent, and I walked away. I didn't even let him get close. I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh, hey, Brent. And I started walking away. I started talking to Hunter as I kept walking. And then he followed me, and I'm pretty sure as I turned around, he like walked past me, and I kept walking. I just didn't want him to be near me. I didn't want to be around that. That was weird. That was just so fucking. It's just like, what the hell? That's one thing you like to do, along with being just downright weird. But
yeah.
Should we get on to the final one?
Yeah. Let's get to that.
So he was in gym class with me and my friend Mason. He used to be friends with Mason. We all did. He was one of the people who sat at the table. And Newbie, we were in gym class. We're in the basketball unit. We're playing basketball, right? And we're playing this team, and Newbie decides to guard this girl. Somewhat of a popular girl, which was funny on its own. And then he's running to pick up the ball after they scored, and the girl picks it up like fucking ass bent in the air. He fucking trips and like humps her. I shit you not. Like he tripped on those fucking shoelaces and like humped her.
Oh,
like, what the fuck?
You see, everybody was like in shock.
Everyone was just so stunned at what happened. It was like just such a sight. That was something else.
Well, yeah, it's like, what the hell?
Never expected that to be the case.
Didn't you say he tried like smiling then after the fact? Like, obviously
Yeah,
he's
he was
embarrassed.
smiling after the fact. He was embarrassed, but he was smiling. And the girl, I'll never forget her fucking face. She was just so shocked that it just happened. He like tripped and like humped her. Like, it would have been no different if he just grabbed her and like humped her, like just straight out.
Oh man.
He tripped on those big ass shoelaces.
It's no good.
And then he was like smiling, and I think the funny part is he was like okay with it, and he just tried guarding her again the next play. me and Mason were like, what the fuck? And then we were just like, me and Mason kept switching to guard her and stuff. Newbie's being a fucking weirdo.
Oh yeah, like.
I felt bad for her. It's like, Newbie, you're not gonna fucking guard her. You're not.
Alright. I wouldn't want him guarding me as a guy.
I wouldn't want him even be near me as a guy. But yeah, that was it. But in the next day, we played the same team. He tried guarding her again.
Yeah.
What? We're like, dude, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And then that was the downfall of Newbie. We completely ignored him. We stopped talking to him. He started moving away from the table. I think he knew what he did, which is a good thing. Did you make it last round?
Yeah, I did.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. Newbie's he's a character. He really is. And I think it was just, I don't know what was wrong with him, but there was definitely something.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got any other stories of him, because that was pretty much the finale.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. All I can say is that he was just really weird. Really wouldn't even interact when we tried to get him to. And well, geez, didn't you say he, like, years later reached out to you on Snapchat?
Yeah, years later, and I was like, "Newbie, is that you?" I was like, "What the fuck? Is that you, Newbie?" He's like, "Yeah," and then I ignored him. I just don't even want to be caught dead talking to him. He's a weirdo. And he's still weird. Is the fucking fucked up part.
Yeah.
But I just... Oh, he jumps everything. But that he is just... I don't know.
Yeah, weird guy. I don't even, like, you don't even know what else he said on when he messaged you on. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, almost again. But yeah,
something about him doing something with his ex multiple times, and he felt good about it.
I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, I was debating on that. We might as well just mention it.
Okay, so he was like, I said, "How's life been?" After, like, before I started, like, just not talking to him. And he's like, "I just had the best week of my life." I was like, "Oh, really? What happened?" He's like, me and my ex hooked up for, like, the whole week. Like, what? And I'm like, what the hell? I was just amazed on why he's like, that's like the best week of his life. He says, and on his Snapchat story, he always posts like rock music, like really heavy metal rock music. Like he'll like take it straight from YouTube. It's like, what the fuck? I always click through it just to like fucking see if there's anything funny. But that's just, Newbie's a character. Oh yeah, he would always sit at the table with his rock music,
Weird
like
guy.
really fucking loud. He liked Korn. That's all I can remember. Just to like such an extent.
Yeah. Yeah, just a really weird guy. And I guess that's the story of Newbie. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He works at Pizza Hut now.
Oh man, I guess, but you know, I wouldn't want him working at my Pizza Hut.
He's washing the dishes, which I don't think are getting the dishes clean. They're getting the dust
No,
mites.
he's getting all the dust mites.
Really?
all over the everything.
Dust mites are getting on the fucking plates. Don't go to Pizza Ranch.
Over the over the pizzas and
They're everywhere.
huh. Alright, we'll end it there. I'll catch you guys in the next broadcast.